What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or a loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, so today let's talk about who you think you are and the fact that who you think you are isn't even close to who you truly are. And this one might be a little mind-blowing if you honestly take time and think about it. Most of the people who hear this, I'll say 99% probably, this is true about all of us. But your perception of yourself is completely false. Your perception of yourself is completely false, and I'll explain why that is. So there's a quote from Charles Cooley, and what he says is the perfect summary for all of this. And the quote is, "I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am who I think that you think I am." Let me say that again. I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I am who I think that you think I am. So what does this mean? Let's dive in. Most people think they are who they are through their own perception of what they think other people think they are. Now, this is a problem because now we're dealing with a perception of a perception. And the person that so many people think they really are is so far from the truth, and they don't even know it. So many people have built their entire lives, the things they love, the things they hate, what they like to do, how they react, their entire lives based on a perception of what they think of how they think other people see them. And the way it all starts, the way we learn the world, how we learn to navigate the world through our parents or the ones who raised us. When we're kids, that's how we begin to think who we are, and it's through our parents. We are who we think our parents think we are. Think about it. And this is the reason why way more parents need to be really careful with what they say and do around their kids, especially how they talk to their kids. Because a child will literally build themselves up based on what they see, what they think, and what they hear. Children become what they think their parents think they are. And this is sad because a lot of parents are verbally abusive, and a lot of people never get over it. And why? Because even though someone can know that the things that were told to them as a kid is completely false, they consciously know that, but in their subconscious, it's still held there as truth. And when you're a kid, you're not consciously thinking like an adult. Right? If your dad comes up to you and says you're stupid, a 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old child ain't going to sit there and say, okay, is this really true about me? Is there any validity to what he's saying? No. Mama or daddy came up to me, a grown-up, and told me I'm stupid, and that's what they are going to believe. And some people get told things by adults when they're really, really young, and they hold on to it as their truth. And it affects them well into adulthood, sometimes for the rest of their lives. So the problem with this is we live our lives through the eyes of other people. And to take it even deeper, as kids, as young children, as teenagers, even right now as adults, we perceive our lives based on the things others say to and about us. And on top of that, all the people who are saying the things to you and about you have a skewed perception based on their own childhood. So looking to somebody else for information about who you are is really like looking into a broken mirror. You will never see the true picture. Everybody you talk to has different perceptions and different lenses in which they view the world. So please don't look for a broken perception and a reflection of something that really ain't you. Because if you do and you base your life off this, you'll be living a life based off something that's completely false. So let me make it a little bit more clear. So imagine if you had a friend and you reminded them of their dad, right? If you look like their dad and they had a great relationship with their dad, and the way you looked and even acted reminded them of their dad. And generally, when they are around you, they'll be in a good mood because that's how their dad makes them feel. And they're always having a great time around you, right? That will make you feel good. That will make you feel like you're a cool person to be around. People like being around you. You will have that perception of yourself through them and think, well, damn, I must really be a likable person, right? Now, the flip side of it, let's say you reminded someone of their dad or their mother, and they were abused as a kid, and they straight up hate that person. And you don't even act like them, like their mom or their dad, but you just look like them. That person wouldn't want to be around you because you remind them of all the bad things that happened to them as a kid. So they keep their distance from you and are never really around you. And you probably will feel like that person doesn't like you for some reason and wonder what you're doing wrong, right? And you'll at least question yourself once, like, what did I do to you? And yes, this is just an example, and there is a big difference between the two. But what's the same? The same thing is the fact that in both of those situations, you didn't have anything to do with how they felt about you. And that's why it's so important to find out who you are and who you're going to be. So I challenge you to really think about this. Think about who you are. And let me just ask you this question. And I really want you to answer this question. Who are you? Take a second and think about that. How would you answer that question if someone were to ask you, who are you? Okay, now here's the thing. Most of your answers are probably wrong. Most of the things you say to describe yourself are more than likely wrong. What do I mean by that? So let's say if I said, I'm Darius, I'm a college graduate, I'm from Louisiana, I'm a professional actor, hip hop artist, and fitness coach. And every last thing I just said will be wrong.
What's up?
That's not who I am.
I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for listening to this episode, and to also let you know that this podcast is 100% donation driven, which means it's completely funded by you, the listener. So if you like the content I have to offer, I would love it if you can make a donation and you get to pick the amount. I left links in the description of the video as well as my homepage. You can choose which way benefits you the best to donate. And if you need more options, please feel free to email me at dariusdotch@gmail.com. That's dariusdotch@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for being here, and let's get back to it.
And no, I'm not lying to you, but saying I'm from Louisiana, that's not who I am. Saying I'm a professional actor, that's not who I am. It's what I do for a living. It's an accomplishment to say I'm a professional, but it's not who I am. Being a fitness coach, again, that's just an accomplishment, a way to make money. I am not a job. Do you see what I'm getting at? I'm a college graduate? No, I went to college. It's something I did. All of these things are external, not internal, not who we really are. So we really have to decipher and figure out who we are and not limit ourselves to outside accomplishments and things that we've done. We can't limit ourselves to the things that we hold on to tell people to try and influence their perception of us. Because all those things I just listed, yes, they may be true about me, but they aren't me. So just think about that. So to tie all this together, I'll finish with a true story. So there was this kid in high school, and this is not a story about me. It's a real story, but and it's pretty cool. But just disclaimer, it's not about me or anybody I know. So there was this kid in high school, and he wasn't really applying himself in class. Teachers would always call him a screw up and that he was throwing his life away because he wasn't taking school serious. Then it got time for seniors to take the SAT, and he decided he wasn't going to take it. He told teachers that he wasn't going to take it. He told his parents he wasn't going to take it, right? And they asked why. And he says, well, what's the point? I'm a screw up. I'm not smart, right? These are all things my teachers are saying about me. So what's the point? But finally, his parents talked him into going and just taking it anyway, right? So he went and he took the test and he ended up getting a 1480 out of 1600. 1480, which is considered to be within the top 99th percentile nationally, right? Teachers thought he cheated, right? But he didn't cheat. He found out his test score and he thought to himself, well, shit, I'm not a screw up. I'm not stupid. I'm actually pretty damn smart. And what happened? He started applying himself to school. He started turning in all his work. He stopped hanging around the wrong group of people. He started waking up earlier, started studying for his exams, and ended up doing really, really well in school. And he went on to be a super successful entrepreneur. And here's what happened. Here's the crazy thing about it. Now, every 12 years, the SATs, what they do is they review all of your tests. And he got a letter in the mail saying that they got his test score wrong 12 years ago, that he didn't score a 1480. He really scored a 740. They made a mistake and doubled his score to give him a 1480. And 740 is actually the bottom 5 percentile. The bottom 5 percentile. His whole life, from the moment he found out his test score and thought it was a 1480, changed. What happened? His perception of himself changed based off seeing a few numbers on a piece of paper. And what happened? Because his perception of himself changed, he changed. Now think about how powerful that is for someone to change their life completely, literally based off 4 numbers on a piece of paper. Think about all the things in your life that you've been basing your perception of yourself on. What people have said about you, the things that you've done, the things that people have done to you, the experiences you've had. You can literally create and become whoever you want to be. If this kid was struggling in school and turned around and got into an Ivy League school and became a successful entrepreneur, all based on a number on a paper, then you literally can be whoever the hell you really want to be. You can wake up every day and decide who it is we want to be. And I'm not talking about, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a superstar, I want to be a parent, I want to be a homeowner. No, those are still external. Turn it to the internal. Who do you want to be before you walk out of that door every day in the morning? Before you get out of bed? Who do you want to be before any of those things ever come to you? Do you want to be kind, loving, generous, driven, loyal? And you have to figure that out. Figure that out, and don't let anyone else determine that for you. Because just like that kid's perception of himself changed because of what the SAT told him his score was, imagine all the negative ways your perception of yourself is being manifested based on outside influences. If it can change you for the better, it damn sure can change you for the worst. So think about that and really, truly make an honest effort to change your perception, and I guarantee you will not regret it. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody that can benefit from this, somebody who is a friend or a family member, somebody who has goals and is trying to improve their lives. So thank you again, and let's get it in.